We'll be getting back to Final Fantasy X, no spirit grid, the moment my PC is fixed, or if I gotta get a new one. Hopefully they can fix my old one, that way I won't have to reinstall everything. But for now, let's tackle this ridiculously, stupidly hard Spiral Abyss 3.7. I don't know what the hell they were thinking with this one, but it is just ridiculously difficult, and even professionals and content creators are complaining about it and talking about how difficult it is. So yeah. All right, so the characters I'm gonna use a Nilou Super Bloom for the first half, and kind of like a reverse melt national variant for the second half. Nilou Super Bloom Nilou, of course, with the Kia cotton suit. My Nilou is actually super invested because she's gorgeous and I want her babies. If your Nilou is C0, you aren't gonna be doing as much damage as I'm doing, but I'm hearing a lot of people saying that Nilou is actually not good for this abyss. I beg to differ if she's super invested like mine is, because the Nilou Super Bloom team at high investment is actually ridiculously broken. So yeah. Nahida, basic stuff here. I have her weapon, but in all honesty, if you have this, you do just fine, really. When I really, really like a character, I invest into them. And I really, 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 really love Nilou. Kokumi, basic bloom stuff here. C1 in case I want her to be a DPS, but I don't need that. Alright, Xiangling, everybody knows how Xiangling rolls. I'm using the engulfing lightning so she can burst like every rotation since I'm not using Raiden. Kazuha, typical stuff here, except that I'm gonna be using the sacrificial sword so I can like double skill. This is mainly for the first chain because of those goddamn heralds. C0. At C0, Kazuha is complete, so those of you who are going to be pulling for Kazuha in his upcoming banner, get him at C0 with the Cypher's sword or the Fab sword or any elemental weapon sword, and he's ready to go, trust me. Alright, and Ayaka. Pretty highly invested Ayaka because she's another waifu. But I'm going to assume if your Ayaka is C2 or even C0, you should get the job done. I need to crown this, but I need to save that money for I hate them. Who else am I using? Oh, of course. And Bennett. Everybody knows how Bennett rolls. I probably don't need to show this. I'm using a Fab so I can spam burst. That's pretty much it. And last but definitely not least, Baiju at level 70. He's only at level 70 because I'm saving my experience points books for Al Hatham. But even at level 70, at C0, he does his job. Apparently Baiju got a lot of hate. I was hesitant to pull for him at first, but I said, you know what the hell? And I pulled for him, and I'm actually very glad I did. And my Nilou Super Bloom team, he actually works wonders. If you have Yaya, I can understand, but you know, having two Yayas on for every side is pretty good, don't you think? But yeah, I'm actually really glad I pulled him. And plus, Yaya doesn't have the prototype Ember, which is just more healing and more energy funneling without having to have high crit rate for Fab and stuff like that, which lowers my HP. You know, just little small stuff like that. Need the Super Bloom for the first half. Yeah, like I said, people are saying that Nilou is not good for this abyss, but you are about to see that that's definitely not the case. I mean, Nilou Super Bloom is absolutely busted, and unless the enemy is completely immune to Dendro, they don't stand a chance. All right, let's go. Look, more healing, nice. Onto this, do a little dance, burst. Baiju, burst, and the first wave is already dead. And the second wave is already dead. Now for the third wave, try this, burst, Baiju, Seven. And the third wave is already dead. And now they're all dead. Yeah, see, do you see how disgustingly broken Nilou is at high investment? So this gives me almost 2 minutes and a half to take care of this really annoying chamber. This chamber is just grotesque. I don't know what the fuck they were thinking. All right, so this time I got a little less than 2 minutes to try to pass this, but let's try it. Not what I wanted to do there.
Fallen leaves adorn my
Nice and spicy. Hey, yeah. Whirling snow.
one with nature.
Well, will you die, please? Thank you.
Into the wind. Clouds high. The bird.
Everybody stand back. Eat this.
One with nature.
My apologies.
Wind strike. Fallen leaves adorn.
Here we go. Watch out. Yeah, please don't get hit by that.
Coming start to art. So let's.
All right, let's see what we got. All right, looks like I got one of them already.
The wind knows how.
Okay, I got him. And we're done. All right, so there was so much chaos and destruction going on. So basically what happened there was I used Kazuha's skill to keep them grouped up while Shane Ling completely wrecked them with the power NATO. So they all transformed at the same time, and the moment they transformed, I used Ayaka's burst to completely shred the Hydra one to get him out of the way. And then I use Power Nail again to get rid of the crowd here. So it's if you have the right units, it's not too difficult. But that's the problem. You might not have the right units. It seems like they are punishing you for using the same units over and over and over again. They want you to pull for every character and stop using the same teams over and over and over again. You know, they want to make money. Anyway. With that out of the way, it's just a matter of muscling my way through it. Now, remember what I said that Nilou Bloom team is absolutely broken at high investment? Here's a perfect example. This enemy right here is supposed to be like a really bad matchup for her because this enemy completely resists Dendro, right? Well, look how much damage he's taking. I mean, Nilou Super Bloom is just really busted if you invest into it. It's just not fair. This is a boss that resists Dendro, and he has absolutely no chance. And when I say super invest, I'm also talking about Nahida because my Nahida is at C2, which makes my blooms crit. So I don't understand why people are saying Nilou is not good for this abyss. She completely destroys the first half. And what that does is that gives me plenty of time to DPS the bosses without the perfect countering element. See, the hardest chamber is the first one. So I build my team to perfectly counter the first chamber, and for the second chamber, it's just a matter of time of having enough time to out DPS them before I run out of time. This being the most annoying one because he keeps moving all over the place. I gotta wait till I know he's gonna be still for a good amount of time. I probably should have did a burst there, but I wasn't sure.
Let's light it up. I'm going to eat this.
Clouds high. The birds call.
Sakura swirl.
There we go. All right, that was a really good hit. And Bennett kept me alive. Awesome. Look out. Please don't get by that. It'll kill you in one shot.
Wind strike.
Woo.
My apologies.
See, they want you to pull for Yoimiya to beat this boss right here. If I had Yoimiya, he would have been dead like 5 times. And I'm not exaggerating. Yo, Mia completely wrecks this boss's shit. This boss has no chance against Yo Mia.
Whirling snow.
Yo Mia completely destroys him.
Coming Sato art. So that's
And he's done.
Wind strike.
Alright, moving on to the final chamber. Now this one's kind of annoying because the thing is you might not bring the right elements to deal with the boss here. But I'll show you in a minute. Just get rid of these guys first.
the doctor will see you.
Whoa, that was a bad start. Damn.
Taking a turn for the better.
Committed to memory. The temple of
Some iframes so I can heal up here. That was a really bad start. They're concentrated beasts, man. Nobody likes these guys. They suck.
I see everything.
Nobody likes them. I can't stand them. The thing that's really annoying about these concentrated beasts is you really don't know when they're attacking. I mean, they're just so aggressive, and they never let up. It's like they're always attacking you. Okay, I've had faster clears, but it doesn't matter. All right, so if you don't have the proper elements to deal with this guy, it might be difficult. But I do have Pyro, so Pyro will take care of the first two shields. As for the third shield, since I can't break it in time, I simply wait it out, and then, well, you'll see.
My apologies.
Fallen leaves. Adorn my knife.
Let's light it up. Going in. Take flight.
One more sin upon your soul.
All right, so for this shield right here, unfortunately,
As one with wind and cloud.
unfortunately, I don't have the elements to break it in time.
Whirling snow.
I mean, I could break it with Ayaka's burst, but I need to save that for damage. So what I'm gonna do here, guys, I'm gonna wait them out. Eventually, it's gonna go away, and when that happens, I'm gonna DPS it to death.
Off we go.
All right, right about here. So he's gonna put us some shields here.
Into the wind.
Everybody stand. Sakura swirl.
There we go.
Eat
If I had a little more DPS, I could have one-cycled it.
Adorn my knife.
And it's gone. As I said, so what I did, his pyro shield, he put up some like mini shields, and when you break those, it'll still count as you breaking the shield. He'll be vulnerable for a long time, and that's when I break out my burst and just wreck him to death. So it's not too difficult. It's just that first chamber that's the problem. Yeah, guys, so as I said, Nilou's Super Bloom is just ridiculously broken. If you get her at C2, her Super Bloom setup is complete. I got it to C6 because sometimes I use it as a DPS because I like watching her dance while she's kicking some ass. I mean, that is just so beautiful.